In today's video, I'm going to show you how creating a great customer experience is going to become your competitive advantage and how it's going to help you close more deals, generate more referrals, and build a bigger brand so you can become the authority in your local market. Let's go. Hey everybody, it's Josh here with REI Blackbook, and if you haven't already done so, make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you get notified every time we publish new videos. On this channel, we talk about all things technology and marketing as it pertains to real estate investing. And in today's video, we are specifically talking about the experience that you are providing to your customers and prospective customers as they interact with your business. And this is something that does not get talked about enough. Providing a great customer experience for people that are thinking about doing business with you, or people that are in the middle of engaging with you and maybe they're waiting to get an offer from you, or they're thinking about buying a property from you or renting a property from you. Focusing on that experience will become your competitive advantage. There's so many real estate investors out there that simply treat this business as a transaction, and they do not focus on the experience that they're actually giving their customers. So some things we're going to talk about today is what happens when somebody comes to your website. What is that experience? What are you telling them? Is it easy for them to interact with you? Is it easy for them to give you their information, to opt in for whatever it is that the service that you're offering? What happens when somebody calls your business? Is it easy for them to get the information that they need? Does somebody answer? Do they go to a call answering service? What happens if somebody doesn't answer the phone? How is your team notified? How long does it take you to get back to that person? These are all little things that can really add up and make a big difference in your business. And so in this video, we're going to specifically talk about what customer experience is, why you should be focusing on it and why it matters, and how it's going to help you create a competitive advantage, how it's going to help you become a company that people want to work with, how it's going to help you become a company that people want to refer. And obviously, the more referrals you get, the more people that want to do business with you, the bigger your business is going to grow. And then lastly, we're going to talk about what we can learn from bigger companies that focus a ton of their time and effort and resources on customer experience, like Amazon. There's a lot of things that we can learn from companies like that, and we're going to talk about that in this video. So with that said, I want to jump over to the computer and I want to talk about what happens when somebody comes and visits your website. Now, what you're looking at right here is an REI Blackbook website, but it really doesn't matter who you're using or who you're getting your website through. Obviously, we do have websites here at REI Blackbook, but the lesson here remains the same. You need to have a website that, number one, provides information to the person that's visiting this page and speaks directly to their needs. And so this is a website that is speaking directly to somebody who wants to sell their house. So obviously, if you're a real estate investor, the success of your business really hinges on your ability to be able to purchase properties at a discount, right? And so that really is the first place that we focus on typically when we're working with investors and we're working with new folks that start using REI Blackbook, is we really want to get their front end acquisition processes dialed in. And customer experience is super important because we really want to stop and just take a little bit of time to focus on what happens when somebody visits your website and what happens when they opt in. So I wanted to take a second to ask you a quick question. Have you taken the time to sit down and really map out the processes of your business and map out what currently happens when a lead comes into your business, whether it be from a website or a referral or a phone call? Because if you haven't taken the time to do that, it's a really good exercise and I encourage you to do it. So please comment below and let me know if that's something that you've done. And as you go through the process, if you've never done it before, you're going to find some of the weaknesses in your business. You're going to find some of the points where leads and customers might be leaking out of your business due to a poor experience that they're receiving. Maybe they call in, they don't get a call back in time. Maybe they fill out the web form on your website and they don't get a call back in time. So I encourage you to map out all of your processes and identify where the weaknesses are in your business and one by one fix them. And that's exactly what we're going to show you how to do in this video. And so this is a website that can be used right out of the box, and you'll notice a few things right away. So number one, we're speaking directly to their need. It's saying sell your St. Louis house fast. So it's very easy and simple for them to contact us if they want. Of course, they can get more information about us. They can learn about what we do. Hopefully we'll have some testimonials on this page. This is just a demo site, so I don't have it populated with any testimonials, but you'd certainly want to put some testimonials or videos or case studies on there of people that you've worked with in the past. So speaking of creating a great experience for somebody who comes to this page, number one, there's two different ways that they can contact us. They can fill out this form here, or they can call this phone number. So let's see what happens when somebody fills out a form. So I'm just going to type in a random address here. Say I'm interested in selling a property here. My name is Josh, test seller. Oops. My phone number is this, and then my email is josh@seller.com. All right, I'm going to click get my fair cash offer. And the page that they're taken to after they opt in is part of that customer experience. So we want to continue the conversation, and we want to set the expectations of what's going to happen next. And from here, you can see that there's more information. You can throw a video on this page to talk about what they should expect. You can introduce yourself. You can introduce your team. All of this is in an effort to create a great experience so you can start building that relationship on autopilot. Obviously, we want to try to get them on the phone as soon as possible. So that's going to be part of that back-end customer experience, meaning what REI Blackbook is going to do when somebody fills out that form. You're going to have the ability to notify somebody on your team or notify yourself with a text message, and you can call that person immediately. That's going to play a factor in their experience. Does it take you 5 minutes to call them, or does it take you 5 hours, or does it take you 5 days? There's a big difference there. And there's a lot of studies that will show if you can contact a person in the first 5 minutes, the likelihood of you qualifying that lead actually goes up 100 times. And the reason for that is because you're creating a better experience than the competition. You're showing that you provide a great customer service. You're showing that you're prompt and you're attentive by being able to follow up right away. And even if you can't follow up right away, the system in REI Blackbook will actually send them a confirmation text. It will send them a confirmation email. Again, this is all part of the customer experience. A lot of your competition is not doing this type of stuff. A lot of your competition is just churning and burning through leads, and they're just working with folks that are super motivated, that they really have no other choice but to sell, right? The problem with that is it's really difficult to build a business just off of those really, really motivated leads, because the majority of people that are going to sell, they're going to be doing some research. They're going to be talking to multiple different people in your market, and put yourself in their shoes, right? You have to be empathetic, and you have to realize that people like to do research, and people do business with people that they feel comfortable with. So creating a great customer experience is going to help build that comfort, and it's going to help build that trust and build that relationship, even if you're not there to personally call them right away. And so that's why, on this thank you page, on the page that they're sent to after they give us their information, we can set some next steps. Again, this video can introduce yourself. You can, put some information on here, what happens next, and then you can ask for more information about their property. So we don't want to put all of this on the front end, meaning we don't want to ask for all of this right on the homepage of your website, because most people aren't going to fill that out. Don't make them jump through hoops if they don't want to. Now, the nice part about this is if they do jump through these extra hoops, if they do fill out this form, that person is even more motivated because they're willing to give you more information. But if they don't give it to you, that's okay, because we've at least captured their name and their phone number and their email address, so we can at least follow up with them to get this information later. All right. So this is just one aspect of building a great customer experience, is what happens when somebody comes to your website. Now let's talk about what happens if somebody calls this phone number. Let's say somebody calls the phone number on your website, or maybe they call the phone number on a direct mail piece that you have, or a radio ad, or billboards, or wherever you're marketing your business. When somebody calls your business, you need to be able to, number one, answer the phone if at all possible. If you can't answer the phone live, it's really nice to be able to forward that call to like a call answering service like Pat Live. Because if somebody's calling your business, that person is typically pretty motivated, because if they're willing to call you, request information, talk to a salesperson, there's usually some pain there. They're not typically calling you unless they need help, or unless they need the service that you're providing. So within REI Blackbook, I'm going to jump into the system here, and I'm going to show you a really cool feature that we have called call flows. And what a call flow allows you to do is, I'm just going to create a new call flow. So let's just call this, I'm just going to say YouTube demo. And what a call flow allows you to do is just set rules. And basically what these rules do is anytime somebody calls into a phone number that this call flow is assigned to, it will automatically go through all of these rules. And it allows you to say, you know, where you want these calls to be routed to, who on your team these calls should be sent to, or do these calls go to a call answering service of some sort. You can also apply tags, and you can set rules for if the call's answered or if the call's not answered. So the first thing we're going to want to do is just forward this call. And you can see here, if I zoom in, you can see it's going to ask what the destination number is. That basically means, you know, who needs to receive this call. So again, you need to ask yourself, if you're working a full-time job and you don't have the means to answer these calls, somebody needs to answer these calls. So maybe you send them to Pat Live or a virtual assistant. But I'm just going to plug in a random number here right now. And this can be any number. The beauty of this is this number can change. So if today, maybe you're sending these calls to Pat Live, and then 3 months from now, you want the calls to go to your own personal cell phone because maybe you quit your job or you've got more time, all you have to do is go in and change this number. You can then add, there's a feature called forward branching, and that basically allows you to set rules in the event that the call is answered or the call is not answered. So if the call is answered, then you could just apply a tag, and that tag could be answered. And so then, you know, you could run a report later on. You could say how many calls did I receive and how many calls were answered. If the call's not answered, you can create some rules here, and we can say that we want to send this person to voicemail, and we're just going to use a voicemail greeting that we've got. And we also maybe want to send a text message, right? So we could maybe add a 1-minute delay. And I want to send a text message that just says, hey, sorry I missed your call. Is this about a property that you have for sale? You can really say whatever you want in this text message. But again, we're being thoughtful about that experience that we're providing somebody who's calling into our business if we're not able to answer the call. We want to have some contingency plans in place because you're not going to be able to answer every single call that comes into your business unless you have a big team or you're using a call answering service. Even then, sometimes people get busy and not every call is answered. So we want to plug that leaky bucket anywhere where we're providing a poor experience today. One by one, we want to go and turn that into a great experience, because what happens is people take note of that. People realize when you're providing a great experience because so many other businesses just don't focus on this. So it does become a competitive advantage for you and your business. And people are happy to refer businesses that provide great customer experiences. People want to work with businesses that provide great customer experiences. So this will be a compounding effect that happens that you'll see in your business over the coming months and years when you start to focus on this experience that you are providing to your potential customers and to your existing customers alike. So I'm just going to click Save and Close. And basically now I can use that call flow on any phone number that I want. So if I wanted to use that call flow on a phone number that I'm using on direct mail, I could go ahead and do that. Like, let's say I'm sending probate letters out. I could just go over to my numbers, and these are all the numbers I have. So I'm sending probate mailers out. If I want to use that call flow that we just created, I'm just going to go search for it, YouTube demo, and then it's going to also allow me to track all of these leads as they're coming in. So providing a great customer experience is obviously very important, but being able to track and manage your leads is also very important for you, the business owner, so you know where your marketing dollars are being spent and you know where your leads are coming from. So if I'm spending money on direct mail for a list of probate leads that I have, I want to be able to track and see if I'm actually getting phone calls from that mailer. So what this will allow you to do is anytime somebody calls into this phone number, I can assign specific tags, and I can say anybody that calls this number is going to receive a seller lead tag, and they're also going to receive a seller lead probate tag, and then I can assign a source for direct mail. Right there. All right, just click done. And now anytime somebody calls that number, the source is automatically applied, the tags automatically applied, and that that call flow automatically runs. And that way, I know where the call is being routed, and I know that they're receiving a great experience regardless of if I'm able to answer the call or not. So big companies like Amazon focus a ton of their time, energy, and resources on customer experience because they know that it can be their competitive advantage and their differentiator. So Amazon specifically, if you've ever purchased anything from Amazon, if you're a Prime member, you know how easy it is to do business with them. They make it so easy and so frictionless that why would you buy products from anyone else, right? You can get a Prime membership. Anything that you need will be shipped to you in 2 days for free. They have one-click purchasing, right? So it's just so easy. They focus so much of their time and attention and energy on that customer experience. And because of that, they've become one of the biggest companies in the world. Now, while you may not be trying to become the biggest company in the world, I'm sure if you're sitting here watching this video, you are trying to grow your business, and creating a great customer experience is going to help you do that. And if you'd like to learn more about some tools that can help you build a great customer experience, then I'd encourage you to check out REI Blackbook. You can book a demo. There's a link below this video. If you'd like to learn more, you can opt in for a free on-demand demo. And then if you've got some specific questions, you can jump on the phone with a member of our team, and we'll show you exactly how you can use REI Blackbook in your business to create a great experience for your customers, and also build better processes and systems so you can create a business that operates more efficiently, so you can close more deals from the leads you're already generating. With that said, I just want to thank you so much for watching this video. If it was helpful, if it was useful, please be sure to hit the like button. Also share it with any of your friends or colleagues that are in the real estate investing industry. Again, my name's Josh Ayers here with REI Blackbook. Thank you so much for your time. We'll see you on the next video.